What is good, guys? This is Charles from Team COG. Today, guys, I'm coming at you guys here with a combo tutorial video showcasing S-Force. As best as combos can do that S-Force can, right? The deck is a control aspect deck. It doesn't have like a crazy amount of good combos in a sense, but there are some different iterations and stuff that I'll show you with the new stuff, some old stuff, to kind of give you like the basic backbone that you should try to be doing with your S-Force monster cards. You know, it's pretty easy to combo and stuff, but yeah, please remember, guys, if you guys want to help support the channel, check the links down in the description below, such as Imperium Duelist, TCG Player, all those fine things down below. Those are help go right back into the channel and help out tremendously. And yeah, guys, so we'll quickly show you this very good one-card combo, right? It's the most busted one-card combo that you could have. Okay, guys, so here we are with this one-card combo. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. You flip said floodgate and response. Okay, guys, now welcome to the actual combo side of the video here, and this is going to show you the best combos that S-Force can have, and it's more so the best sequencing that the cards do have. However, one of the most notable is Rapichiamaru and S-Force Gravitino, a 2-card combo that gets you to a Chase for 2 or a 1-card or a 2-card Justify, which is really good considering Justify takes 3 monsters. There's 2 different routes in this, and of course I'll showcase them to you guys, but you also have a total of, I think, 6 ways to get to Gravitino. Or excuse me, yeah, you know, you only have 3 Gravitino, 7 ways to get to Gravitino, 8 ways to get to Rapichiamaru, so it's very consistent to get these 2 in your hand. But to start out with, you're going to start by normal summoning your Rapichiamaru. You activate Rapichiamaru's effect, banishing the Gravitino to bounce itself back. You then go ahead and grab yourself the Platina and summon Platina. I recommend summoning Platina either in this column here or this column here in the extra monster zone. Platina's effect will activate, summoning back Gravitino. Gravitino then has an option to grab you 2 cards. You can either grab S-Force Chase, or you can grab S-Force Retroactive. Of course, as you can see here, S-Force Chase, if you set it, you technically have a bounce for 2, along with any other traps that you have in your hand, etc. Now, if you choose not to, if you already open Chase and open like some traps and stuff like that, you can go ahead and grab Retroactive. And what Retroactive lets you do is you go ahead and you link summon for Justify, but you get to use these guys in Retroactive in hand to go ahead and make Justify. Now, the reason I like making Justify, and I guess Chase in the same sense, both these guys, give you a follow-up on the following turn no matter what action you choose. Because that Rapichiamaru is still going to normal summon, and it's still going to have either Chase or Retroactive in the graveyard to be able to banish itself to activate Rapichiamaru, giving you that follow-up. And we'll quickly touch base on that follow-up right now. Alright, guys, so this is like the follow-up to the first combo that I just showed you here, is you've used all your back row. Justify still stands because, you know, he's Justice incarnated. You cannot defeat Justice. But this is the follow-up that this deck didn't have previously that it does have access to now because of Lapso. So this is like your turn 2, but a turn 3 follow-up. You normal summon out Rapichiamaru, and since we kept Justify, we're just going to assume we use Retroactive. So you go and activate Chimaru's effect, banishing Retroactive for cost, bouncing back. You then go ahead and grab yourself the Lapswell. Lapswell will then activate on summon, bringing back out the Justified. Justified effect grabs you another S-Force Chase. So now this is your hand, and you're going to be able to use Lapswell's effect to banish Chimaru if you want to. But if you happen to have already a Chase engraved, you can banish it instead. And you're going to be able to Regeki your opponent's board for every monster that's in an S-Force column, which is insane for clearing the way for damage. And you've technically out-resourced your opponent at this point right now. Otherwise, you have a Chase for 3 and a Justify negate. And Gravitino is going to banish anything that leaves the column. So why is this really, like, this turn 3 kind of like the nail in the coffin? Is because now Chase is not 1-for-1ing. Chase is decent for a 1-for-1. What I mean by that is if you just have one monster and you're 1-for-1ing with Gravitino, right? So, like, if you have Gravitino and just Chase, you're bouncing one monster, so one Chase is trading with one of your opponent's card. However, now, one Chase is now trading with 3 of your opponent's cards, and the possibility of them getting banished, 2 is there. So now you just get more value out of this Chase. Again, Rapichiamaru can follow up and do, like, other plays during the following turn, because this Chase will get to the graveyard, and, I mean, it's insane. Like, the deck really does have, like, a continuing cycle that it goes through to continually keep the resources. Once Chase is kind of out of the loop, the grind game does get rough. Not impossible, but it does get rough, so do keep that in mind when you are playing this deck, that the grind game, once Chase is gone, is pretty rough. Now, I don't think there's any way for us to recycle Chase back, sadly, but Anyway, guys, we're going to quickly showcase you guys another combo utilizing Retroactive. I shouldn't even really call it a combo, just another sequence of plays if you happen to not open any access to Chiyomaru, but you open Gravitino plus Retroactive, and why I believe Retroactive should be no more than a 2 of in your list. I don't think one of... I mean, there are some going second lists that I've seen that have been playing 1 Retro, so I believe those lists are correct. However, in any other list, 2 Retroactive is a must, because this card does a lot, and it actually has a lot of synergy with 1-for-1, so I'll discuss that in the here in a second. Okay, guys, so here we go, sequencing number 2. So, and this is going to pretty much show you Retroactive plus Gravitino. As you know, if you've played S-Force, you know that Gravitino is level 5. You have a lot of high-level monsters in your deck, and you're liable to brick with them while not getting any way to get them out of the hand. And there's only certain ways you can get these guys out of the hand. And most of the time, it's you want to do the first combo I showed you, the Rapid Chiyomaru plus the Gravitino play to get Gravitino out of your hand. But what happens when you do not open any access to Gravitino, but you do have access to Retroactive? Retroactive has 3 crazy effects, and I'm going to showcase you in the kind of like the bare minimum, and then the next sequence is going to show you like some of the max potential you can do with Retroactive. But if you happen to open Retroactive plus any of your high-leveled S-Force monsters and Chase, you're going to be able to still get a bounce for 1, which is really nice because it gives you those very bad hands to at least put a disruption down there so that you're not just getting whacked on or bodied by your opponent. But in this sense right here, guys, we're actually showcasing a Retroactive and Gravitino. So these are this plus like 3 other cards in your hand, unplayable, bare minimum. So you're going to start off by normal summon Retroactive. Then you're going to go ahead and use Retroactive's effect to bounce itself back to the hand to summon out Gravitino. Gravitino then grabs you Chase, and that's it. Not super in-depth, not no crazy 15 types of like brain cells working together. This is the simple thing you can do with Retroactive and Gravitino, so that you're guaranteed to get a bounce. And if you happen to put this in any of these zones and your opponent makes the mistake to summon to the same zone that Gravitino is in, you're going to banish that card with Chase as well. With that being said, if you happen to open Chase, you definitely can go ahead and grab Bridgehead. Activate Bridgehead to go ahead and grab you Rapid Chiyomaru, so your follow-up is going to be better. That's if you opened Chase here. Now, if we end up adding more traps to the mix, then, it's a more scarier board than what it's put out to be. But that's like, Retroactive just has a lot of utility in the sense of being able to bounce itself back or to get all these high-level monsters out of your hand. Like, if you're in a later turn, your Rapid Chiyomaru gets messed up or your Rapid Chiyomaru gets banished, and you open like Retroactive plus Platina, you can always summon the Retroactive, bounce it back to summon Platina. Platina can then bring back the Rapid Chiyomaru, and then you have Rapid Chiyomaru right back again, right? Or same thing with Gravitino. If Gravitino is banished and you end up losing access with Rapid Chiyomaru to get the Platina out, but you draw Platina, as long as you have Platina and Retroactive, you can normal Retro, bounce it back, and then you start getting that cycle of advantage going again. Now, however, I'm going to showcase you guys what happens when you add a 3rd card into the mix here, and that is Edge Razor. So Edge Razor here is, this type of hand can actually happen quite a lot. I do technically am playing 2 Edge Razor just because I think the special from hand is really needed because you technically play 3 Gravitino, 2 Platina, and 1 Lapswell. So that's a total of 6 high-level monsters with only a total of 5 ways to get, plays out. But with that being said, though, there is definitely like so many different like forms and iterations you can use with Retroactive. And then I haven't gotten the mail yet, but once I do, I'm actually going to be playing 1-for-1, because 1-for-1 being able to beam out Retroactive gives you immediate access to that. So like if you open Retroactive plus like, let's see here, it's 1-for-1 Gravitino and Chiyomaru, right? If you play those in any sense, you still get to like an insane like Justify play. However, once I get the 1-for-1, I'll showcase you guys that in like a combo video or like at the end of a new deck profile, etc. But this right here is good. This right here is one of those crazy like, and I'll showcase you guys. This right here equals Justify, and that's what you really want to get to. Now, if you do have 2 cards over here, you'll have 2 more trap cards, but this does get you to Justify and Chase. I know I just said Justify, but it does get you Chase. So that's like, this is probably one of the most insane like openings I'd say the deck has in the form of resources, is you get to both Chase and Justify in this combo sequence here. To start out with, guys, you can go ahead and normal summon Retroactive. You can do it in any like normal this, special this, whatever way you want, but we'll go ahead and use Retroactive's effect to bounce back to hand to summon out Edge Razor. Edge Razor then summons out Gravitino from the hand. Gravitino then grabs you Chase, and now this is your hand along with 2 additional cards. You then go ahead and use Retroactive, Edge Razor, and Gravitino, because you can use Retroactive from hand to go ahead and make Justify. and then you set chase. So now you have justify plus chase, which is a non-targeting bounce. And as I showed you in the previous combo, that following turn, if you happen to draw into Rapichimaru, Bridgehead, Rhoda, and you get access to Rappa, you are going to have that same follow-up I just brought to you, where then you'll be chasing your opponent for 3, and you're going to be able to destroy a lot of cards in the same column, which is a lot easier said than done, because, which I shouldn't say that, which is just easier because, like, when you're bringing back Lapswell, wherever he is, right here. So when you bring back Lapswell, or you get access to Lapswell, you choose what column it goes into. So you can choose here, and then this can bring back Gravitino, and you just plant Gravitino in a column that, you know, you're missing. So you're always going to be able to solve 3 monsters, unless they don't have 3 monsters in the sequence here. But that's about it, guys. Like I said, there's not really too many combos to go over. It's just a lot of sequencing your turns, or sequencing your, you know, your card plays and stuff like that. I have noticed, like, there's certain things that can go out of order, but some things that can, like Retroactive and Edge Razor. Like, it doesn't matter if you normal summon Edge Razor, then summon out Retro, use Retro to bounce back Gravitino, to special summon out Gravitino, because, like, you're still getting to the same inboard at the end of the day. The only thing that I say that I think that makes summoning Retroactive better is if you summon Retroactive and, like, they end up in-perming this or stopping this, that's cool, because during the opponent's turn, you can just still bounce back and summon out these guys in defense, which allows you to wall up and get that chase for the following turn. Whereas if you normal summon Edge Razor and they hit you with in-perm effect there, Edge Razor is just there. You know, he's just standing there. He can't do anything. He's literally just a body. But that is it, truly. I mean, that's really it. There's, like, different lines of play you can truly do. Like, I mean, like, if you happen to open, like, let's see here. I'll try to show you guys an iteration, but I don't have the card to do it. But it's like Dog Tag's the card I was thinking of. But if you happen to open, like, something like this, right, with Chase in hand, you can actually go a normal Retro to bounce back, summon out this. This will actually grab you Bridgehead. You then can use Bridgehead to grab you the Dog Tag, and then you can set Chase. And as soon as your opponent normal summons, because they're going to try to avoid Gravitino once you explain to them what they do, but once your opponent normal summons or special summons, you can then activate the Dog Tag from hand to special summon itself, and then you're able to bounce for 2, which is, you know, just one of those, like, resource, like, kind of the interactions that you, like, it's not just their turn, it's our turn. So there's just so much you could really talk about this deck that I wouldn't believed in the very beginning when I picked up this deck, that you could literally do all this type of stuff with S-Force. But anyway, guys, that is it for this kind of combo sequencing and stuff like that. Please remember, if you guys enjoy this content, to give me a like, give me a subscribe, but most importantly, guys, especially in the dark times today with the pandemic and the world events, please remember for you guys to stay safe and stay healthy. This is Charles from Team COG, signing out.